Hey everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Empowerment English. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy to be here with you all again.
And this is Alex. Welcome back, everyone. Do you remember learning to ride a bike as a kid? That feeling of excitement mixed with a little bit of fear, trying to balance, maybe falling a few times.
Absolutely, Alex. That wobbly feeling is so familiar, and it's not just bikes. Think about starting a new job, moving to a new city, even trying a brand new recipe in the kitchen.
That's right. First step, that initial push, can often feel the most challenging. We might hear people say, oh, it's easy at the beginning, but often that first phase can feel quite challenging.
And those comments can be tough, can't they? If you're struggling with those initial steps, you might start to doubt yourself and wonder if you'll ever get the hang of it.
But here's the important thing to remember: that feeling of difficulty at the start is completely normal. It doesn't mean you're not capable, it just means you're at the beginning of a learning journey, and that absolutely includes learning English.
Exactly. So today we're going to explore why those beginnings can feel so brutal and, more importantly, share some empowering ways to navigate those initial stages in your English learning journey.
We all know that starting something new can feel intimidating. Mia, what do you think makes it so difficult?
Well, Alex, one of the main reasons is that starting something new takes us out of our comfort zone. We're used to doing things we know well, and suddenly we're venturing into a new space filled with known things.
Exactly. And because it's new, our brains are encountering unfamiliar information and processes. Think about learning a new grammar rule in English. Our brains have to work extra hard to understand what it's all about.
It can feel like going down a road you've never been on before. Everything feels new and you're trying to figure out where to go.
That's right, Mia. And that newness requires more mental energy and focus. You might feel more tired after a short English study session in the beginning than you would later on.
Well, it can even feel like when you're trying to connect with someone new, it can feel a bit hard and maybe a little uncertain at first.
But it's important to remember that this challenge is really important. It helps us grow, learn, and get better, not just at English, but at anything we try.
Absolutely. And I think when we start something new, we often have this desire to be perfect right away. But that's just not how it works. Good things take time and patience.
Think about a plant. You put a seed in the ground, give it water and sun, and then you have to wait. It doesn't just become a big tree in one day.
So the first important thing is having realistic ideas about what to expect. When we're learning English, at first it's just small words and phrases. It might feel slow and you want to learn more as fast as you can.
It's so true. And that feeling of wanting to learn everything quickly can actually backfire, because the more you try to learn lots of new words and ideas quickly, the harder it can become each day.
This can make you feel overwhelmed and lose your way.
And that feeling of initial difficulty is something almost every English learner can relate to. Think about those first few English words you tried to pronounce. It might have felt awkward or even a little silly.
Definitely. And trying to understand even simple conversations can feel overwhelming at first. It's like everyone else is speaking this secret code that you haven't quite cracked yet.
And let's be honest, sometimes the rules of English grammar can feel completely illogical when you're just starting out. It's like trying to fit puzzle pieces together that don't seem to match.
But it's important to remember that everyone who speaks English fluently now was once at this exact same starting point.
So, Mia, knowing that the beginning can be tough, what are some practical things English learners can do to make it a little easier?
Well, one thing that really helps is to set small, manageable goals. Instead of saying, I want to be fluent in a year, focus on learning a few new words each day or practicing one specific grammar point this week.
That's great advice. And I also think it's crucial to be patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time, and there will be days when you feel like you're not making progress. That's normal.
Or absolutely. And just like when you're learning any new skill, find learning methods that you actually enjoy. If you love movies, watch English movies with subtitles. If you like music, or try learning the lyrics to English songs. You can also find lots of great English learning content on YouTube or listen to podcasts like ours.
And don't let the fear of making mistakes hold you back. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. It's part of the process. Focus on communicating your ideas, even if it's not perfect.
And another really important strategy is to build a consistent study routine, even if it's just for a short time each day, like 15 minutes. Regular study sessions are much more effective than trying to cram in long hours every once in a while.
As you start to make small progress, it's important to celebrate those small wins. Did you understand a new word today? Did you manage to have a short conversation? Take a moment to recognize that you're moving forward.
Definitely. Building that momentum is key. And just like we talked about earlier, finding a supportive community can make a huge difference. Connect with other English learners online or in person. Share your experiences and encourage each other.
And don't hesitate to reach out for help when you need it. Ask questions, whether it's to a teacher, a language partner, or in an online forum. There are so many people who want to help you succeed.
If you're just starting out with English, what's the biggest question you have right now? Share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
For those of you who have been learning English for a while, what's one piece of advice you would give to someone who is just starting out? Share your tips in the comments.
You know, thinking about learning from challenges brings to mind Thomas Edison and his invention of the light bulb.
Oh, that's a great example, Mia.
Edison famously failed countless times before finally creating a practical light bulb.
That's incredible persistence.
Exactly. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He saw each failure as a lesson.
That really shows the importance of seeing challenges as learning opportunities.
Absolutely. Edison's story reminds us that even the most successful people face many failures, and learning from them leads to breakthroughs.
Before we move on, here's a quick vocabulary boost with useful words and phrases we used in this episode. Brutal means very harsh or difficult. Example, the first few weeks of learning a new language can feel brutal. Wobbly means unsteady or shaky. Example, my first attempt at riding a bike was very wobbly. Overwhelmed means feeling like you have too much to deal with. Example, new English learners can sometimes feel overwhelmed by all the grammar rules. Venture into means to go somewhere that is unknown, dangerous, or difficult. Example, starting something new can feel like venturing into the unknown. Comfort zone means a situation where you feel safe, comfortable, and in control. Example, starting to learn English takes you out of your comfort zone. Consistent means happening in the same way and at the same time. Example, building a consistent study routine is important for learning English. Get the hang of it means to learn how to do or use something. Example, don't worry if it feels difficult at first. You'll get the hang of it with practice. A momentum means the force or speed of movement or progress. Example, celebrating small wins helps you build momentum in your English learning. Cram means to try to learn a lot of information in a short period of time. Example, trying to cram too many new words at once can be overwhelming. Tough means difficult or causing hardship. Example, learning a new language can be tough, but it's also rewarding. Intimidating means causing fear or nervousness by reason of being frightening, difficult, or impressive. Example, starting to learn a new language can feel intimidating at first. Backfire means have an unintentional and unwelcome result. Example, trying to learn too much English too quickly can backfire and make you feel overwhelmed.
So as we wrap up today, remember that starting your English learning journey might feel wobbly, even a little brutal at times. That's perfectly normal.
Absolutely. Just like learning to ride a bike or tackling a new recipe, there will be challenges. But you've already taken the first step, and that's huge.
If you're in those early stages of learning English and it feels tough, remember that it's a normal part of the journey. Keep going, you've got this.
Absolutely. Every single step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Keep practicing, stay positive, and we'll be here to support you every step of the way.
If you know someone who is just starting their English learning journey, please share this episode with them. It might just give them the encouragement they need.
And if you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe and download our free PDF in the description below.
Well, thanks for tuning into Everyday Empowerment English.
Until next time, keep practicing and stay empowered.